Don't even think about spilling that whack juice over here. This is the Growing Up Hip Hop New York After Show.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, Buzz.
Pay attention.
Da-da-da. What's going on? What's up, everybody? You are watching and listening to the Growing Up Hip Hop New York After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV Network. We are here to bring you all things growing up hip hop. I mean, it was a great episode tonight. So before we get into tonight's episode, we want to say Happy Halloween. Hi. We're here. And we're happy.
Yes.
And it's Halloween.
It is.
Now, speaking of we, let's introduce the cast right here. Us, the host. I am Howard III. Seated across from me is Byron K.
What's up, y'all? King Byron, a.k.a. Byron K. The king can come after the Byron, but you know we in here.
Oh, my gosh. Tell the people who you dressed up as. Are you just, that's it, just King Byron?
King Byron. Byron K.
All right. Well, on the end, we have Missy. How are you, Missy? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, guys. Thanks.
Who did you just
I'm a hippie. Peace and love out there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yes. Loving it. And, of course, I'm your astronaut here, you know, taking you to the moon and back, baby.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it. Let's go. I'm hype.
Well, before we get into tonight's episode, let's talk about just what we're going to talk about. Have me all tongue-tied. So Ja Rule throws Jeff a graduation party. Medina and Designer go back and forth. And then Siani doesn't really like Medina's vibe. Of course, we have your going up fashion, your news and gossip, your predictions, and so much more. But overall, what did we think about tonight's episode? Episode 10, Season 1, F is Up.
I think it's unique because this is the first episode where, for the most part, they spent the better part of the episode in one place. So this whole episode took place at this pool party.
Yeah.
So that's kind of dope. So it wasn't a lot of running around and back and forth. You got to butt in everybody's business in every part of the pool party. So you got to kind of walk around and listen to everybody's gossip. So I liked it for that. It was cool.
Mm-hmm. I like yours, but mine is Medina. I cannot. She's I don't even have words for her right now. I'm a whole mess. And I just feel like sometimes she inserts herself where she doesn't belong. Like a lot of the drama today was like her showing her insecurities about what she's going on. And it was just a lot. But it was also very entertaining to watch. But like what he said, he was just saying like they're just in one location, which is nice.
Yeah. But we're going to change Medina's name to Medusa.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
She turns people to stone? Nah.
The snakes.
No, wait.
She's snaky?
Isn't that what she does too? I don't know.
All I know is that Medusa's not really like the best person, is she?
I mean, she's not, but...
Okay, well, there we go.
Well, I mean, I liked that tonight's episode. I thought they really brought the drama. I really enjoyed, just seeing Medina and Designer really, not enjoyed seeing them going head to head, but, seeing how they can each stand their own ground. Because it's different watching them with other people, and then for two, strong, independent women, kind of go like that. It's like, okay, what cards are you going to throw? What jabs are you going to throw? I don't know. I just liked seeing, how they argue.
They have two strong personalities, so I like seeing strong personalities clash. It's never fun when there's a strong personality and a weak personality, but when they're both strong-minded and strong-willed, that's when it gets interesting because you see who's the top dog.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really know who was the top dog, but, stay tuned to our show to see who we think might have been the top dog.
Ooh.
So let's talk about Ja Rule and how he's throwing this party. Jeff, his son, is graduating from high school, going off to college. And so they decide to throw pretty much a summer party, graduation party, get all of his friends, everybody Jeff knows, most of the cast, get them together and just kind of relax, hang out. It's pretty cool how Ja Rule was like, hey, if you do smoke, I want you to smoke downstairs, around the corner, even though you shouldn't be smoking, but at least he knows his kids, they partake, or, he knows his kids drink. So it's like, I thought that was pretty cool. It was just like, I already know what y'all do. So if y'all do it, y'all need to do it here. No hanky-panky, no anything else. We have rules to live by. And I really like that.
I like that too. And it's funny because I was thinking today when I was going to grab some lunch and I walked past an elementary school and they had just got out of class. And all these kids, literally, as soon as they walked out, they were on their phones and everything. And then I was thinking like, and they were pulling them out of their out of their pockets, out of their backpacks. They just had phones everywhere. And I was thinking, things are different now since when I was a kid. Back then, you weren't allowed to have it. But nowadays, people finally are starting to understand that kids are going to do what kids are going to do. So you can't necessarily tell them not to. You can only tell them to do it responsibly. So going back to this, I think that Ja Rule, he understands. He's like a modern parent where he knows I can't tell him not to do it, but I can at least tell him to do it responsibly because I've been a kid and I know that kids are going to do what they're going to do anyways. So I liked it for that reason.
But also maybe it's just a front because it's also on TV. So maybe he's like just saying that and saying like, oh, be responsible, smoke downstairs. He probably doesn't care when it's not on TV.
He just had to say it. It's a disclaimer.
I mean,
just like Irv Gotti, when it comes to JJ, he had to say things, one, so that he wouldn't get killed by Deb, and secondly, probably because he's on TV, so he at least has to say things.
Wants to be a model parent.
A model parent. That's
who would you rather have? Who would both of y'all rather have as your parent? I'll ask you first, Howard. Ja Rule or Irv Gotti?
Probably Ja Rule.
Oh my gosh, same.
Me too.
He just seems like he'd be more like strict, you know?
I think he's more understanding too.
Yeah.
I think he
Irv
really
would just
gets
be
it.
like a kid the whole time. It would just
Too
be
much.
like it would be hard to talk to him like about serious things because he would just want to laugh and not take it seriously, and it'd just be like this whole thing.
This whole thing. It's like, who the kid, who the parent? So let me know. But and then I also we also saw how the neighbors called the cops pretty much on Ja Rule was like, it's too loud. I love how Ja Rule says what I think everybody says when they're like, every time somebody else has a party, we let y'all be cool, but as soon as I want to have a party, y'all gonna call the cops. Because I feel that way about like my neighbors too. Because it's like, y'all are loud. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but when I want to have people over, hanging out and stuff, oh, now it's too loud. Now it's a disturbance. But
let me put you on game how to fix that. Or it doesn't always work, but most of the time, I would say it's moved 85-90% of the time it works. Go to your neighbors first off early in the day, like let's say between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. So just let them know, hey, we're going to have this party. Hey, we brought you an early snack that we're going to have, maybe a cupcake, whatever you have at the party. Bring them something, and then at the same time, invite the neighbor to the party. Say, yo, come turn up. We want you to be a part of it. From there, you've already built that good rapport with your neighbors, so they'll be very less likely to call the police because they'll feel invited. People only want to get you in trouble when they feel like they can't get in. They only hate from outside the club. But when you can get inside the club, you don't hate the same way. It's different.
You know what I do? When people have parties, I don't do anything. I don't like noise complaints, especially since I'm in an apartment, I don't say anything. But then when they say something, then I'll just like keep a mental note. And then like if I do run into it, like, oh, like one time I like did, but that's a different story. But for the most part, like if I don't do nothing, I don't think they would do anything. So it's like more so like a retaliation. Because it could be, we don't know this, maybe Ja Rule did have a party, or his neighbor had a party and Ja Rule said something.
I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have either, but you never know. Because what if the neighbor is like, oh, y'all remember Ja Rule from Murder Inc.? Like, he lives up there. The next thing you know, one of his guests could have went to his house or peed on his lawn or done something.
Or just bothered him in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say the neighbor war has begun, so I definitely think he's going to be petty.
Yeah.
Petty.
Pettiness makes people mad.
Okay. I also liked how they had a food truck. I was like, where do you see that at? That's pretty dope that they have a food truck giving out people food. Right? You don't have to dirty up your dishes. Like, you don't really have to worry about anything. Bring the food truck.
And there was a lot of people there, too. So that would be a lot to cook for if you had to cook.
Yeah.
Unless you ask somebody to bring something.
You would have to get it catered.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it's probably cheaper to have a food truck.
And it's hot. And, like, you don't have to wait for caterers to, like, refill up and everything.
But the party looked cool. I mean, well, except for the drama. But other than that, the party looked like a good time. We're proud of you, Jeff, for moving on to bigger and better things. But speaking of bigger and better things, our love for you is getting bigger and better. Our AfterBuzz is out there. And Missy wants to tell you how much we love you.
We just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we need your help. So please subscribe on YouTube, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. Also, it's really nice for you guys to leave us a comment because we'll give you a fan shout out for the next show.
Woo! How exciting is that? Your own fan shout out?
You get to be a star.
So let's move on to Medina and Designer and how they just go back and forth. I mean, it was really out of left field. So Medina was trying to pretty much get herself another client because she's always working. You know, she's a music manager. So she calls over Flea, who was Designer's brother, and was like, hey, what's going on? You know, let me talk to you a little bit. And asked him what an EPK was, which I was like, I don't know what an EPK is. Like, why would he know? I guess most people don't know. But apparently, it's pretty much like a social media thing, like where you have one page where it has your Facebook and your Instagram and everything on one page.
Another name for that or another app for that is Linktree. So that might be more familiar to a lot of people. And it's basically just when, the link in your bio. Everybody say, go to the link in my bio.
Right.
So you can have, I guess, maybe EPK if that's what that is, or a Linktree. And you know those people where you click on their bio, then they have a link. Oh, go check out my YouTube. Oh, go check out my website. And it's all on that one page. That's essentially what it is, but there's different names for different things. So I would understand that he wouldn't know.
Yeah. And it was just like, you can't just drop it on him like he's just trying to be the artist. That's all he needs to do. But, times are changing. Artists should probably know a little bit more about behind the scenes. But so Medina pretty much just was questioning him, and I don't know how it went from left to right, but they called over Designer, and started going off. Medina calls Designer just a horrible manager. Designer calls Medina old. Like, what are our thoughts on that whole scene?
Ay, ay, ay.
Missy, what are you thinking,
scared.
girl?
Okay, so I think Designer walked over because her brother and her client was over there. So she was like, okay, let me see what's popping off. But I also feel like first of all, we're at a party, there's drinks involved. Like, we should not be talking about business right now. It should be like a light combo. What are you guys doing this weekend? How do you like the party? Very like surface. I'm just saying. And then on top of that, it was just too much. Because, like, Medina, she definitely feels like she knows everything.
Right.
And that's what also gets in the way, because she just thinks she's, like, the best at everything. And I think she was deflecting mostly and, like, bringing out her emotions, her insecurities. Maybe she feels, like, threatened by Designer just because she has that connections with her dad. So.
True.
Yeah, it was a whole... Yeah, it was awful.
Crazy.
But I'm happy Designer pulled away and was like, look, I'm about to enjoy my time.
I know, but before she pulled away, she was like, I don't fight with my elders. I was like, dang. And then Medina was just like, I can see you my doctor's number. Like, you need to get my doctor. It was like, what, girl?
Yeah, honey, nobody wants that number.
First of all, Medina, she was drinking too much.
Yes.
So Medina was
Way
drunk.
Too much.
Secondly, it's like she had a target on Flea. She pulled him, go get him.
Yeah, she
go
did.
get him. She sent her henchman over there to go get him. And then Vina Love pulled him over just so that they could argue with the kid, right?
I know.
So to me, Vina, she seems to a certain extent kind of fake, because I think that she likes to get a rise out of people, or not even just get a rise. I think she likes to exert or express her authority. That's why she's always not even named. It's weird because she's not necessarily name dropping, except she is name dropping. It's just not other people. She's name dropping herself. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I worked with? But she never is really saying who she worked with.
Yes.
So it's up to the imagination, right? But she's always saying how long she's been in the industry, what she can do, how many parties she can throw that people can't get into. So it seems kind of fake to me. And then the thing is, I think she used kind of fear tactics as a way to, I don't even want to use the word manipulate, because I don't want to paint her out as a bad person, because I still love Medina. Like I've been saying the past few weeks, she's becoming one of my favorite characters. She just has some things to deal with. But no, I think that she tries to, I don't even think she tries to get into people's head. I think that she just tries to put herself on a certain level that they're not at. So she's always talking down on people. So I think it's funny how, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but how Charli thinks that her whole managing style is to tear people down, when it's like, no, you need balance. You need to build people up. So as far as Medina, man, she'll tear you down if she can, but she ran into Designer and she couldn't tear Designer down. And I just want to say I'm real proud of Designer, how she handled it, because she kept her cool.
She did. did.
And even
did.
fast forwarding, Charli Baltimore kept her cool. So what we learned, the best way to deal with Medina is to keep your cool. Because guess who didn't keep their cool when they were talking to her? Ryan.
Oh, yes.
And look how that turned
Well,
out.
like what you said, she doesn't like. She does. Medina's choice of words are very condescending. So it's like she talks, and that's what you're saying. She's talking down to them because she makes herself feel like she's the top dog and how she feels of who she is in her career. So that was all I was gonna say because in everything you said was spot on. But it was just. You should have just stepped away from that whole conversation, put your drink down, and like regroup, go to the bathroom, figure it out.
Oh,
like,
she ain't putting the drink down. That's one thing that's not happening. She came for the drinks and to show off her bikini.
oh,
I know.
She got called out on
Medina,
that.
She did.
She got called out on that
Yeah.
one right there. But I still like Medina, man. But I just think that she
still
should
like her.
she should just sit pretty. That's all she got to do. Just sit pretty.
Well, she can't do that.
She
Still
can't.
like her, but I was just like, girl, like, and then she was just like, oh, your Instagram, you kissing these girls, like you just a whack.
She stalked.
manager, exactly.
She stalked her. She called her sloppy.
And she was just like, you're a horrible manager. But it's just like, how do you know how she managed? Like, you don't even know if designer has other clients. Like, you're up here saying like, oh, you're a horrible manager, but you were just trying to mentor her. Like, why don't you mentor her and tell her, show her the ropes, show her the ways, and maybe y'all can come together and build something together instead of trying to pull her down.
I like how designer said exactly what I was thinking and hoping that she would say. She said, well, first of all, he's a new artist and I'm a new manager.
Exactly.
What do you expect? And when she said that, Medina should have really just left it alone at that.
and
Because that
just walked
explains the
away.
whole situation.
Yeah.
And then offer her some advice. Like, yes, like it's all about your approach, and her approach was all wrong.
Horrible.
She was very like aggressive, and it was like, why are we being aggressive right now? And I thought what you, Vina, she should have just been like, look, auntie, like we should just pull back. Like we're at a party. Like let's not talk about business. Like let's just do us. Enjoy the vibe. We'll talk to Flea at a different time. But like Vina just wanted to get
It's so funny
drama.
because after Vina Love pulled Flea away, she went ghost for the rest of the episode.
She did.
Yeah.
She said, I don't want no parts.
Exactly.
She knew she was wrong.
Poor.
She said, let me rescue this kid.
Okay, poor Flea. He's like, I just want to, make my music, do my whole thing. I'm glad she did take Flea away because it looked like Flea would have turned out like quick.
And he was like, under the influence. But now we know Medina's trigger word.
What?
Elder.
Oh,
She ain't like that. That's what she got.
didn't like that.
Nope. When she talked about her age, she was like,
It's so sad because I feel like that's literally probably the reason why she's got so much work done because she wants to look young. So I think that's literally her button to push.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's so crazy. It's crazy how humans are. We push that one button.
she pushed her, what's that called? Pushing buttons. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, her
Push
soft
her
spot.
button. Her
Yeah.
soft
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stepped all of her toes. She stepped on all of her toes.
She
sure
pressed all her
did.
buttons.
And just did not care. And Medina was trying to hold. Medina holds her own. Designer holds her own. It's just weird. The rest of the party was weird. They were giving each other weird looks. Medina was like, I don't know if I mess with her. This just opened up a whole thing. And I'm excited to see next week's episode because they touch a little bit more into that. So make sure you guys hang out with us for a little bit longer so we can tell you our predictions on what might happen.
Real quick, and this ain't a prediction, it's just a question. Do y'all think that Medina has hands for real?
No.
I think she might.
I think she's just kind of big and like the way she talks and the way she acts. I think she's a dog that got a big bark. I feel like she can have hands in certain situations, but when she's actually fighting somebody who can fight, I don't think it's the same. Maybe she's dealing with somebody who's like, oh, get off me, maybe. But somebody who actually
Someone
has hands.
smaller than her for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think she's like the fighting type though. I think she likes to fight with her words, but not with her like with her physically.
Yeah. I think she's the type where if you did put your hands on her, she'll be like, I'm going to have some goons at your door tonight. She's that type.
She'll like threaten you
She'll
for
probably say
sure.
that. But I think she still might be able to hold her own.
I think she can. I think she can. But if you're dealing with somebody with some real hands, that'll humble you real quick.
Yeah. And I still would like to know who Medina's worked with. Because when Designer
Same.
said that, Medina wasn't dropping nobody's name.
Right.
So I'm like, you can at least drop the local rapper's name, the man down the street, the man up the street. Like, give me one
She used to
name.
say Kid Capri.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your friend, you're like, you know Kid Capri and stuff, but I'm like, who you manage? Give me a local artist.
Right, she was talking about people that she know, not even people that she managed.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, in the same way, the designers, like, you should have just dropped somebody's name. Somebody's random, but...
You should drop Vina Love's name. Oh, I managed Vina.
I managed her. I mean, look at her career. So there you go. That's all she had to say.
Vina went ghost.
Mm-hmm.
She said, all right, I'm going to head out.
Well, somebody who actually did head out as well was... Siani towards the end. So Siani didn't like the way hold on, sorry. So Siani didn't like the way that Designer brought her the information about how they got into it. Mm-hmm. So Siani's like, okay, well, maybe Medina is talking down upon people because Medina's already had her own issues with Siani. Well, Siani goes back and tells her mother, Charli, and I don't even know how, but it's another thing where they just got into a whole little argument as well. Because Medina decides to input her own opinion and ask Charli, like, where you been? Why haven't you been to her shows? What are you doing as a man? Like, just random questions. I'm like, Medina, you got to put the drink down, girl.
Yes, and that's when all the drama... This is her second argument of the day. So it's like, dang, girl, aren't you tired? Are you tired?
Ain't you tired, Miss Silly? Ain't you tired?
Technically, it's 2.5 because she did kind of start with Flea, and then he had to get rescued by Vina Love.
Oh, yeah.
Then the designer thing, and then Charli. Every episode, she argue with somebody. But like I said, every episode, Medina's always like a main part of the episode.
I'm mad.
She just tried to check Charli, and Charli wasn't biting at the bit, which was good because she was like, all right, this lady crazy. But Siani kind of did when she walked away, like,
yes.
like upset. So that gave Medina like, ooh, like she was like, I won type of thing.
Now that I'm really thinking about it, I think Vina Love and Medina are probably having two of the most successful seasons on this show because they're in every episode. All these shows are about is camera time and people just remembering your name, your face, and all that kind of stuff. Medina has made sure that if we didn't know her before, we know her now. Just like Designer said, I didn't know about you before. Some of us may not have known about Medina before, but after this show, we know who Medina is. Mm-hmm. So whatever she's trying to accomplish on this show, I think she's doing a good job.
Well, I mean, now we know who she is, so maybe we'll find out who she manages too.
Yep.
Because I would like to know.
Me too. Yeah.
I would like to see it.
We're going to look up her Wikipedia.
Okay.
I like to see the facts.
Show me the receipts, girl. But still, so, I mean... I like how Charli still handled herself. She was playing it cool, but she was just like, you're not going to really disrespect me. And then, I don't know what Medina was thinking when she was said, oh, so you rap to Charli Baltimore. It's like, girl, she's still an East Lack. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like you should somewhat know Charli Baltimore.
First of all, while she was rapping, that's when you was in your prime managing, so you had to know her.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like, I don't think Charli Baltimore looks that different, even from all these years. To me, she still looks, the same. But I'm like, oh, so you're a rapper? Oh, okay. You didn't know that?
In my mind, I was like, Hunty, you just said you knew all these people.
Exactly.
Why are you acting like brand new, like you didn't know she was a rapper?
And you should have known that either already from Siani, because I'm pretty sure Siani probably dropped somewhere in there, like, my mom's a rapper, I don't want to use her name. I think Siani said that in the past, like, I don't want to use my mom's name. I'm pretty sure she told Medina that, and Medina should have said, oh, well, who's your mama? You know what I mean?
Right.
I like how Charli even backed that up. And she's like, I don't even want me to distract y'all from her. True. So that made a lot of sense. And then I really liked, and I was thinking this earlier about Charli, and as another reason why maybe she wasn't there as much for Siani as for her other daughter. And it's like, Charli was a rapper. Just because you're a rapper don't mean you know how the DJ lifestyle works. So with her, she's probably like, I don't know this world. I'm connected to that world, but I don't know that world like that. So let me step back and let you handle that because that's your thing. So that made sense when she said that I'm not into this DJ thing. And that's right before Medina asked, didn't you rap? But DJing and rapping are two totally different things. So I 100% understand now why Charli Baltimore wasn't there for Siani the way that Siani wants her to. And Siani, she's not wrong for wanting her to be there, but at the same time, I'm thinking now, like 10 weeks later of watching this show, that Siani should kind of understand that like certain things just aren't my mom's lane. It's not that she doesn't want the best for me, and it's not even that she don't support me. It's just that she can't support me in the same capacity that I want her to because this isn't her thing.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have to be your thing, but Charli, to me, should still have to just be there. Just like, I think what Siani wants more is just her mom to be there and get her a few gigs. Like, you don't have to know about the DJ lifestyle, but maybe you know a friend, or maybe a rapper who might need a DJ. I think she's just looking for, just some type of support.
Yeah.
Well,
At
this point, maybe she doesn't even need industry gigs. She just needs whatever gig she can get that's going to pay her at this point. Because at this point, it's just about the practice.
Yeah.
So hopefully hopefully Charli Baltimore does, especially after this conversation with Medina.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully after this, she's going to get a little bit more hands-on with, okay, who are you working with now? Who are you talking to now? Where are you performing? So hopefully she asks more questions as a mother now.
Yeah, Siani just needs to get away from Medina. She is not she's not a good manager.
She's toxic.
Yeah, she's toxic, and she'll bring her down. She won't bring her up. Like her mother said, she needs someone to be that's like motivational, encouraging, like kind of get her in like the right headspace, because just tearing her down and saying awful, terrible, like that's not going to make you feel better. Like, give someone constructive criticism, but also be like, you give them like positives and negatives. Like, you did great at this, but you need to work on this. Exactly. And that's like the best way to go throughout, especially if you're passionate about something too.
And I love how Charli was just like, Medina is talking down to these girls, like to the youth. You're supposed to be uplifting the youth, the younger generation. And she's pretty much talking down. And then she threw her little shade and said she needs to drink it Ensure. But I was like, ooh.
No, she threw her shade when she said that Medina be preying on kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you was like,
that's what it is.
That's when you paint that picture right there.
And it's like, ooh.
Maybe she's jealous of all the younger generation.
I think some of that is. I think it's some of that.
So?
Yeah.
I think Medina knows that she's past her prime, so now she still wants some of that spotlight, which is why she came half naked, as Charli Baltimore said, to a kid's party, preying on these kids,
was
trying to.
Inappropriate for sure.
It's like, her real life though.
Put
like
your bosoms up.
Bosoms.
Put a t-shirt on.
Maybe that's the whole thing that happened with like Ryan too. Maybe she was trying to somewhat maybe like maneuver Ryan or try to change him or trying to think about something that he could possibly do. And then when Ryan kind of was just like, nah, like I ain't doing it, blah, blah,
First of all, Ryan has his dad, who is Fat Joe, who is still in the game. So you don't...
His dad ain't messing with him like that on the music tip.
True. But
yeah, he
also,
wanted him to run the business.
Yeah, true. And also, I just feel like maybe he just got to fight for his dad's attention and kind of just get his, like, kind of like, dad, look this way type of... Because I don't think his dad takes him seriously.
But he should do it organically. He should just drop a hit and then let his dad hear it.
Exactly. Just drop it behind his back, really.
Kind of
just
like
I put this out. Yeah.
Drop a whole project. But real quick, going back to Medina, really, when you pay attention, I don't think she's in it for the artist. She's in it for her. Because every time something goes wrong, so it's like, you make me look bad. This is on me. How do I look putting my name out there? It's not about improving you. It's about me just not looking bad. Mm-hmm. So her telling Siani about herself and tearing her down, it wasn't to build her up. It's because, no, you making me look bad now.
Yeah.
The same thing with Ryan. I introduced you to this guy. You did this. You did that. You made me look bad. Every single person. You make me look bad. It's all about her image. I think she's really trying to protect and maintain an image.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's definitely noticeable because even with the whole Kid Capri thing, she was just really going in on Siani. In front of him. In front of him, which is bad business. If you don't like the way... Even if you don't like the way I'm doing something, you need to have my back in that moment. Mm-hmm. Like, we can hash it out in the car on the way home, but in that moment, I messed up, but still to this client, you should be saying, hey, she's just a little nervous. Well, she a dope DJ. I mean, come on, you didn't hear this. She did this, she did that. And then when we get in the car, you can lay it into me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, Medina, you don't need to be doing all of that. Like, Kid Capri is Kid Capri. And you should have really... like groomed Siani before that.
Would you trust Medina to manage your hosting career?
No, because she doesn't know that.
Not.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know this era or this not this era, but like this whole. I like Medina. I want to go on record saying that, but she doesn't know this side of the business.
Yeah, but for the same things that she can do for everybody else, she can put you in front of people. So for that, me personally, I wouldn't necessarily let her manage me, but she could be my PR because I think that she has connections.
I could see that.
I think she would make a dope PR person, actually, more so than a manager. But who knows?
Can we talk about Ryan?
Yes, I was just going to say, before we wrap everything up, let's touch on Ryan and how he just had to get fitted for the pool party. He wanted to wear his slime because it's Yeezy season. And, you know what? Ryan, he always brings some type of weird awkwardness to the screen. And it's just like, you got to love him for him, from the way he walked into the party to the way he said everything is a vibe. I mean, his whole confessionals. He's a whole mood.
I think I know why he's awkward. And this ain't even to be offensive, but I think that he's a big kid trapped in a skinny kid's body. Because he kind of...
Wait, what?
Here's the thing. Like, you saw the way he walked in and the way he moves kind of hunched and kind of like out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he moves like he's big. You know how the very first episode, he said, I'm Fat Joe's son, but I ain't going to be no Fat Ryan. Don't call me that. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's trying to push away from that. Mm-hmm. And at some point, he actually was bigger, right?
Yeah.
And now he's skinnier, but I think he still has that bigger type of aura and presence to him because he moves as if he's 50 pounds heavier than he is.
But maybe that was just baby fat. Maybe it wasn't like...
He looked like he was a whole teenager or adolescent in that picture when he was big.
Oh.
That wasn't no baby. He was a big baby in that case. But no, I think he's really like, some people never really shed that though. So even though he shedded the weight, I don't think he shedded how the weight felt, if that makes sense.
No, I 100% agree, because I think he was hunched over because he was trying not to be seen. Like, he was trying to like...
No, you exist, like, bruh. You exist.
That's
we gonna
just
see
the way
you.
he walks. I don't know what... I mean, which is not bad, but the way he was just
that make you
humping.
easier to spot.
No, he was like this.
Yeah.
But that make you easier to see because you're not acting normal
You're
now.
not acting normal. You creeping through. Like, he was creeping.
He was going to stare at you. He walked in like a possum.
Not a possum.
Not a possum. First of all, I know how possums walk.
Next question.
He also got his velvet wet. I was like, why would you play water? A little water tag.
You going to a pool party? Why the hell are you wearing velvet?
Child.
Yo, he fresh Ryan. That's what he do. He was trying to get his girl back. Vina Love. He wanted you back.
He sure did.
He's trying to get at your girl.
Oh,
she don't show me no attention.
She love you. She told us.
Okay, yeah, right. But she ain't on the show right now, is she?
She a little tied up.
All right.
Oh. Well, all right.
That was quick, though. I like that. That was quick. I like that.
No, but his confessionals, I was like, what is going on here?
I don't know what it is.
Why you got these glasses on?
Why you talking crazy?
Yes.
Just let us know why you're not answering your dad's calls.
I think he's trying to find himself on this show. I literally think he's trying to find himself. And please, y'all, drop Ryan's social media down low. I was trying to find his Instagram. I couldn't find it.
Maybe he's trying to find himself as a shoe owner, like an owner, because he owns the family company.
He's just trying to find himself. And I'm trying to find him too. So what's his Instagram, y'all? I really tried to find his Instagram and I didn't see it. The only one I saw that had his face had like 5,000 followers. And I know he has more than 5,000 followers. Drop Ryan's Instagram in the comments, please, y'all.
Be on the lookout. Well, let's move on to our special segment here. Oh, was anything else that you guys wanted to touch on real quick? Or are we good?
No, I think you covered everything.
All right, girl. Well, let's move on to our special segment, our glowing up fashion. Who we choose was looking the best tonight, or who had the best vibe, best makeup, best overall appearance. So, Byron K, you want to kick it off with yours?
Yeah, mine is getting more complicated as we go. This is the only season where I'm having a struggle trying to decide. So this week I went ahead and I chose Miss Siani because I really like her hair. I think she switched it. It's more of like a pinkish, peachish, like fierce color. But I like it. She switched from the red. So in this image, she has the dreads. I want to say those are dreads. Yeah, those have to be dreads. Yeah. And then the next one, it's straightened, which I really like. I never saw her with straight hair, so I like that. Also, Vina Love was killing it. And on top of that, Designer, again, her personality shined through, and she just had a good time, and she was a whole vibe, a whole mood. So shout out to her just for her personality alone. But that's mine.
Missy?
Okay, mine. Designer. I loved how she was at the pool because her makeup was just like natural, and I loved that. It was just like a different look for her, especially because she kind of like, her makeup in the confessionals are kind of like dramatic and like, you know, all those different colors. So I was like, oh, I love like the natural look. And she just looked like just vibing, chilling. We were at a pool party. The yellow looked bomb.
She was twerking it out.
Okay.
Her twerks were great.
And her twerk wasn't bad, like Medina said either.
You know, they were better than mine, so at least she got some rhythm there.
Goodness.
A mess. Yes. Well, mine is, even though we dragged her low key, Medina, her confessional in that pink. I actually did like the pink puffy shoulder pads.
With the umbrella?
With the umbrella, giving us, like she said, don't even think about spilling that whack juice over here. So I liked it. I liked the little puffy shoulder pads, the diamond choker. I mean, I thought she looked cute.
Yeah. I just want to go on record again and say that we really do like Medina here. You be doing the most, but we do like Medina.
We love you, girl.
You be doing the most, but we do like you.
A lot of people do the most. That's why she on TV, because she do the most. All of them do the most, or they wouldn't be on TV.
Well, let's see who's doing the most now in our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
With Missy. Who you got over there doing it all?
I got all the tea here. So Flav becomes a father again at 60.
What?
So if you're listening, watching, paternity test proves Flav's father 2-month-old baby at 60.
Wow.
So hold up a news article.
That should be in a world record. That should be a Guinness World Record.
I don't think so, because I think like Mick Jagger was
Wait, no,
older.
there was people in the Bible who did it. Like Abraham, he was like 100.
I
Never
think
mind.
Mick Jagger was like
Okay.
71 and he had a child.
My bad,
true.
Abraham.
Okay, so Blast reports that the Public Enemy rapper has been named in a paternity test suit with the mother, Kate Gamble, who claims Flavor Flav is the father of her two-month-old Jordan. Flav has denied the claim, but reports say his paternity test was conducted, proving that he is in fact the father. So, like, how they know each other, that's what I was asking.
Oh.
So Kate used to work with Flav in the past, management level, handing his merchandise and appearances. But they did show her baby shower, one of the growing up hip hop episodes, like of LA, I'm guessing. And some of Flav's kids were there too.
Wow.
At the baby shower. And it was right before, obviously, she gave birth to baby Jordan. And yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. So they're saying that he is the father.
Gosh.
He's being fruitful.
Up.
He's being fruitful and multiplying.
He needs to go on Maury.
I saw in the shade room though that like she's asking for like child support from him too. I don't know how much.
I hope she don't try to get him for everything.
Okay. Because I don't think Flav is financially stable like that anymore.
Financially, maybe. Mentally, no.
You are the father, like Maury said.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, she's seeking $50,000
All together?
for the
month?
It looks like it, maybe.
She allegedly loaned it to him. Okay, so she's wanting her money back. Okay.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, we're going to have more news for y'all next week then. We're going to look into this.
Yes. All the tea.
The tea, honey.
No
Now,
ice.
Now let's get into some of our predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
Okay, so our predictions is where we choose or what we might see to come, because this season we thought honestly there was only going to be 10 episodes, and apparently everybody is loving it because WeTV is keeping it on going. We're guessing maybe like 12 episodes, but we're not quite sure.
Maybe 15. I don't
20.
know.
Maybe.
Not 20.
Because we do know that Growing Up Hip Hop LA is coming back in December. It was supposed to come back in November, but they pushed that back. So that means this one's still going.
They had to stretch this season out.
Stretch it out. So for next week, it looks like Designer and Medina have another falling out, and this time it gets pretty physical. So what are our predictions with just next week's episode? If Byron K?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
It's simple. I think Designer is going to tell Medina to pull up. And then Designer's going to put them paws on that woman. But that's it.
Yes, I agree. I can't wait. I just want someone to put Medina in a seat. Like have a
Put her in a seat. Just pull out a seat right here. Come here, Medina, real quick.
have a seat.
Have a seat, sis. I definitely see that. This whole secret, I think Designer's going to try to find somebody who used to be managed by Medina, and they're going to be like, oh, she says she manages me, but she really doesn't. She's dirty. She's slimy. And Designer's going to tell Vina Love that. Of course, we see Vina Love is going to bring that information to Medina, but I don't know why Vina Love's going to fight Designer, because we saw in the clip that it's actually Vina Love getting into it.
Ooh.
With Designer.
I thought it was Medina and Designer.
So
Medina don't fight. She just bark.
Vina Love throws the first punch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yo, boo. You better go.
She gangster like that?
She throws the punch. And then Designer's fighting her. And then Medina's off to the side. Now, if Medina's going to pop up again and try to jump in, that's a whole other thing. But we see security is holding Vina Love because she throws the punch.
Dang, Vina about that.
Yeah.
Vina not playing.
She from New York.
She not playing, bro.
Okay, that's your girl.
I can't hold her.
You like a fighter, so.
You like someone feisty.
That's fine, but she's in New York, not LA.
Well, when she come out here, you're going to
It's
have to get
only
her.
one phone call away.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. It's me.
Okay.
You might drop.
Listen, you guys let us know in the comments down below. What are your predictions? What do you think's going to happen with Designer and Medina? What do you think, or who do you think's going to come back? Because I haven't seen Little Mama. That's my girl. So hopefully she makes some type of appearance. But of course, while you're leaving those comments, make sure after that you hit the like button and like our video here, and make sure you subscribe to AfterBuzz TV Reality TV right there on YouTube. You can also give us 5 stars on iTunes, and we are on Spotify, so check us out there. I'm one of your hosts here, Howard III. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Howard III. I also do the Sisters that comes on BET's After Show here on AfterBuzz TV on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so hang out with me there. Byron K,
Yes, what's up, y'all? King Byron K. You can find me everywhere online at Hero from the 90s. You can also catch me on Sundays because all that is back. 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Tune in.
Hey guys, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Missy Vernier and on YouTube. You can also catch me on the after show of Temptation Island.
Woo!
Right after this show, guys, Thursdays at 9.
All right, and we will see you all next Thursday. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.